Okay, so the intuitive message that was coming through first is a note that I wrote down a whole while ago, and it's that they're going to God or whoever you believe in is going to wait until they are fucking quiet so that they can hear you rumble, babes. Your ancestors, whoever you believe in, is gonna let these people fucking talk on your name. They're gonna let them sit there and disbelieve in you. They're gonna let them sit there and call you crazy so that they can wait until they're quiet and they have to sit there and take in your entirety of divine being. I also want to read the tea bag. Talking to plants is one way of talking directly to spirit. Rosemary Gladstar. Yo, this is so wild because I was just thinking about this the other day. Talking to plants could be some type of like form of divination for you. So for example, if you go and sit at the park and ask to like talk to the trees or whatever, I saw something about leaving something for the tree spirits and stuff like that. So that could be significant, as well as the fae spirits that are there, because in actuality those are the spirits that live there. The fae is like a very, I'm hearing like a tricky line. It's either they fuck with you or they don't. They either fuck with you or they don't. And for someone to go and ask to speak with them without even trying to build a relationship with them first is kind of like disrespectful to them. That's wild. That's wild. So just keep that in mind. You may have tried to do you may have like done readings out by the trees or in the park or in like a forest or something, and it just like it could have felt very divine, but it never really made sense whenever you tried to make sense of it, or like maybe you posted it and it didn't work out or something like that. Maybe your footage got deleted. There was a reason for that. I'm also hearing be careful with knowledge you didn't earn. Somebody, this could either be you or somebody else, but somebody could have listened to what you said and could have been like acting like as if they were the ones that learned that for themselves, and technically they did learn that through you, but you had a process of learning that. And like, you have all of the annotations, so to go and claim that knowledge is theirs is kind of like, or to like, maybe they're not even claiming that it's theirs, but they're like acting as if it came from them. You know what I'm saying? Like as if they did the research for themselves. Again, it's a tricky line, and if the fairies fuck with you, babes, they will become tricksters in people who don't fuck with you lives, if that makes sense. So if people want to sit there and act like the knowledge that they got off of you is theirs, and on top of that is wrong, believe me, the fairies are gonna have some type of reckoning with them. And they ain't even gonna see it coming. They're gonna be quiet, sitting there satisfied, thinking that they were successful in bringing you down. But then you gonna rumble. There's also something about like the earth spirits really want to connect with you. For example, I have this bamboo stick and I took it out of my my rose plant not too long ago because she needed a shedding. She was yeah, she just needed to be, she needed some help. But she's getting that. And it was just like really speaking to me. The bamboo was really speaking to me. So they were telling me to do some type of cleansing. You are going to be receiving messages like this. You are going to be receiving messages like this from things around your home. I'm hearing things from outside asking to come into your home. Never take anything unless you truly feel in your spirit that you are being asked to take it. Like how they say, don't take things that the Fae gifts you. The Fae may reveal themselves to you because they trust your energy or because they enjoy your energy, but if you don't bring anything in return, if you don't I don't know why this is like such a knowledge video, but if you don't bring something in return, yeah, it can mess with your life. It's like a beautiful garden. I'm kind of like hearing something like Eden's garden, the secret garden. The garden, I don't know where this comes from, but the garden was a secret for a reason. Some things are better taken in appreciation than physically. I'm hearing greedily. Pay attention to that. Some things are better taken in appreciation than in greed. Yeah. Also, rosemary could be significant. Rosemary could help you with getting a gold star or something like that. I don't know why that's significant. Megamind. Megamind is significant. You know how that boy was being the hero, and he was getting all these gold stars, and Megamind was like, fuck, why am I not getting gold stars or whatever? And it turned him into a villain, and really he just wanted to be appreciated and told that he was good at something because he was a whole ass fucking genius, but because he was blue and had a really big head, everybody wanted to sit there and act like he was weird. People know that you're smart. People know that you've been through these tumultuous waters that have brought you very close to spirit. People know that you are smart. And people realize whenever you say certain things that it comes with a lot of wisdom from being molded through tumultuous, I'm hearing towers, tumultuous towers. I'm also seeing Fiona and the dragon. I'm pretty sure Fiona, like, and I'm getting a scenario where it was like the dragon was never really being mean to Fiona or whatever, but they were like friends or something. It's like a representation that if you guys have seen Shrek, it's like the damsel in distress in the tower. It's like a fear thing. The dragon, it's like a fear. The whole story is like a fear in waiting for someone to save them from the fear they hold within themselves that holds themselves back from exploring the world. If Fiona wanted to leave that tower and go find herself a husband, she could have, because her and the dragon were friends. I don't know why that's what I'm hearing. Your ridges are I'm hearing extremely rigid, but this is not a bad thing. This is a very good thing. It means you're very smart. You have very deep knowledge. Your ridges go deep. And these ridges could go deep because of pain you've been through, because of being dragged through the mud. I'm literally seeing someone's head being put into the mud and dragged by the hair through the mud. You guys could resonate with being physically abused. I'm very sorry if you've ever had to endure that, and I pray that your body is able to heal from that. I have a scar on my lip, and whenever I got the scar, I wasn't very self-conscious about it, but the way that my mother viewed it, the way that she looked at it as if it was an imperfection within her creation, bothered me. Like as if I should be ashamed of it, bothered me. Like as if she was sad about the pain I would have to endure from feeling ashamed of the crack. Is what made me feel like as if I should be ashamed of my scar. And as my scar healed, as my wound healed, it became very tight. And I had to rub it out and stretch it out, because if I didn't stretch or rub it out, it felt very tight and like I could barely move it. It felt very tender, it felt very sensitive. But you see, the whole reason that I'm bringing this up, the whole reason that I'm speaking upon this is your pain was never meant to be ashamed of. It's so easy to take how others feel about a situation very tenderly, very to the heart, to the core, especially whenever these are people that are very important to you. I'm seeing a sun, I'm seeing the universe. You are the sun of your universe. You are the Horus of your universe. Egyptian mythology could be significant. Look into it. Look into the stories of the gods and goddesses. You are tapping into a brand new wavelength that many have not tapped into before. And I'm hearing it is very becoming of you. I'm hearing that this is like, you're at a stage in your life where you're like becoming like a man or a woman, where you're reaching a new level of maturity. I'm being shown like a quinceañera ceremony. The quinceañera is fun, and you know, it's like a moment to feel pretty, to have fun with friends. But the celebration, the tradition of it is deeper than that. It is celebrating a person's womanhood happening. It is celebrating, I'm hearing, becoming one. To becoming one apart from the parents and what they believe that the girl should do with her life. The girl is becoming one, independent. Quinceañeras are not only for girls but for boys as well. There's something about like a calming trance. You may find yourself feeling in a calming trance. It's almost like a high, but you're not high. It's like you're high off of your own energy. Literally. Also, if possible, look into I'm hearing fire magic, but goddamn, it left my mind. Also, something about saying gods or goddesses' names in vain may be significant. For example, whenever they say don't say God's name in vain, I'm thinking about how the church was made to colonize. And listen, this is gonna piss off whoever it is gonna piss off, but I really don't give a fuck. It's the goddamn truth. Anyways, how the church was made to colonize people, to create a system of fear, but how that system was, it's like, if you can't beat the system, work it. And many of our ancestors did this with the church system, and that is how a lot of their knowledge got lost. A comb could be significant as the symbol of a comb. That is how a lot of the knowledge got lost. Something about like how barbershops are communities and have historically been safe communities for people of color, immigrants. You're gonna be bringing something back. You're gonna be bringing something back that has been lost. And this is why you have so much pushback. This is why you have so much pushback. The right people will love you. The wrong people will hate you. The right people will love you, and the right people will hate you. It will always happen exactly as it's meant to. There's also something about healing. It's like I'm seeing a tree, and then it's like a big, strong tree, but there's like a part at the bottom that goes and is twisted in all these other little branches on the side, and it's hindering the top's growth because the tree is trying to help these twisted branches at the bottom. They're trying to help it grow and give it what it needs. Look back at these trunks, stems, branches, whatever you would call them. I also heard look back at them and look at where they come from. But this is significant. There was this person that was like, oh, what type of advice would you give people, your younger self or whatever? And he said, When a bird lands on a branch, does it ever fear that the branch will be unable to hold its weight? It does not, because it trusts its wings. Even if the branch was to break, its wings would be able to carry it. No. It's like The Pursuit of Happiness. If you guys have watched that movie, you see that literally everything that happens, it's like it's happening for a reason. It's like it's a divine plan. It is quite literally a divine plan that is a beautiful work of art. The life story is a beautiful work of art. That movie will always make me cry. And he had to be in the position for him to look crazy, to not be believed in, for all of the people that were not meant for him to leave. His wife was more worried about surviving day to day than what surviving long term would look like. He could have went and got a job just like his wife, the mother. He could have went and got a job just like her, and they could have been working their asses off to make ends meet. But that would be operating out of a survival mindset. He was worried about what will work long term. A fire alarm going off could be significant as well. Extremely significant. He had to be shown that his wife did not believe in him. He had to be shown that his wife was more worried about temporary happiness than long-term happiness. He had to be shown that his wife chose him out of fear. He had to be shown, like, even whenever, like, for example, whenever his the things that he was selling that were his, like, that were worth a lot of money, but hardly anyone wanted to buy them because of how much money they cost, and it was like a luxury thing rather than a necessity. Whenever they got stolen by the hippie or the homeless people, those were people that could never really go anywhere with it. They would always be around, and they would have kept hold on to it because they knew it held some type of value. While it may have seemed to him in the moment that his valuable things were being stolen, in reality, they were being kept away in a safe place where he would have the ability to find them again. Where he would have the ability to find them again. Because he needed to be shown something. He was in the position where he had to show up to the interview that he knew would change his life and that he knew he wasn't qualified for, in some raggedy ass clothes, because that is what set him apart. That is what made him memorable. Hundreds of people were applying to this job for only 20 to be picked. And because he didn't go in there with a suit on, like the rest of the hundreds of people that were trying to get in, telling them about himself and why he's such a great candidate and what makes him such a hardworking and why they should choose him. Instead, he went in there and was himself and told his truth and was himself. That was the whole reason he was picked. Because he could figure out the Rubik's Cube. That man didn't care to hear about what he had to say about himself and how hardworking he was and how many strengths and abilities he had to give to the team. What made him interesting was what most would deem was the stupidest thing. Tapping into his inner child and playing a game is what gave him the name, is what made him known around the town. Keep on working hard, because you're going places you couldn't even imagine. You could be chasing something and end up on an opportunity, on the doorstep of an opportunity you were not even looking for. And when opportunity knocks, you answer, you unite with it, and you let it change your life. For the better, for the worse. Because the worse is always leading to better. Things fall out of place to fall into place. I was watching Paranorman the other day, and I was like, damn, like this movie has like such a beautiful message that you would not see as a child. But watching it back, I was like, this is such a beautiful message. Everybody thought that that little boy was crazy, thought that he was lying, that he couldn't see ghosts, that what he was talking about wasn't true, isolating him, making fun of him. And he was the one who saved them. Even in the chaos, they sat there and blamed him. Even in the chaos, they sat there and blamed him. And he was the only one who could save them. What he said in the movie, I don't know if you guys have seen Paranorman. If you haven't, you should go watch it. It's a really good movie, especially for spooky season. But basically, because the witch put a curse on the town that, that the zombies would come up and, come after the people in the town because they killed her off or whatever. So whenever the zombies come up and the whole town is like just hate, they're like, we need to kill these zombies, let's burn them, let's tear them apart, let's kill them. Norman comes out and is like, yo, the curse is not about getting revenge on you guys. The curse is about what you're doing. You're fighting hate with hate. Just watch the movie. Just watch the movie. I feel like I'm not explaining it as how profound it was. There could also be like some type of information, some type of download that you'll get that'll be very profitable for you if you watch the movie. E.T. as well. E.T. You know, and sometimes we think that a lot of the things that we're learning in the moment are stupid, or don't matter, or are dumb, or don't really matter to us, you know. But in reality, they are actually very major themes within our life that Spirit is trying to show us, or that will make sense later that we don't really understand now. For example, I really, really loved those, like I loved English class, and I loved talking about the theme of the story, the main idea. I loved trying to figure it out, but even then, I thought it was stupid. There were times whenever I was like, I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like I don't understand this. The who, what, when, where, all of that stuff applies to life spiritually. Because when you can watch a movie and see the bigger message to it and apply it to life, that is extremely profound. But you're unable to do that if you don't have the building blocks for that. Go back and look at things that you were learning in your younger years, things that were reiterated to you, things that were told to you a lot, and ask yourself what they were trying to teach you and how those building blocks of knowledge have brought wisdom into your everyday life, because it all starts from the basics. The basics are the most important part because they are what make it make sense. You don't learn quantum physics without without learning some regular ass math first. I don't know why I wanted to say math. Yeah. You don't learn quantum physics without knowing how to add 2 + 2, babes. You don't learn chemistry without understanding what elements are, what the fuck a molecule is, and what the fuck we're even all made up out of. It doesn't make sense. You can't go up to a second grader and talk to them about fucking osmosis and shit and expect them to understand. You have some building block that could really help you. Something about ecosystems. Something about mating. Something about the magic school books, actually. I don't know why, but there's something about like school bucks, like school money. Like, you know how in elementary school or middle school they used to give people like, they used to be like, oh, if you could get money